Power Rangers was recently trending again on social media, which I found unusual since there was no news about the franchise at the time, so I decided to investigate. There were two reasons why Power Rangers was trending. The first was the release of the trailer for the new Japanese series Project Red, and the second was because fans were once again directing their hatred toward Hasbro for purchasing the franchise. Although these two reasons are related, they are two different things, and we will explain them in detail. In May 2018, Hasbro announced that they had acquired the Power Rangers franchise, and this was the same announcement that fans used to write their hate messages to Hasbro. This is not the first time this has happened, it has happened every year and sometimes several times in the same year. When Hasbro bought the franchise, many fans had mixed opinions, as many hoped that this large company would give Power Rangers a boost. Other fans thought this was a mistake, as Power Rangers should have been bought by Disney or another company that knew the entertainment industry better. We must remember that Hasbro is a company that manufactures toys, and although they also have many franchises with series and movies, the reality is that their main focus is toys. However, a company like Disney has always focused on entertainment, series, and movies, which is why many think they are better qualified to create better Power Rangers series. We must remember that Disney had previously owned Power Rangers, and many fans liked the series that this company produced. They started in 2003 with Ninja Storm because, even though Disney acquired Power Rangers in 2002, the Wild Force series that was released that same year had already been created by Saban. Between 2004 and 2009, Disney produced the series Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, and RPM, which was the last series before Saban bought back the franchise. If we look at all these series, we realize that they are among the most beloved series in the franchise, and many of the fans who started watching Power Rangers during these seasons are now adults. This makes many of them feel that those were the best years of the franchise, so obviously they want Power Rangers to evoke the same feelings they had back then. This is impossible because that is the feeling of nostalgia, and even if they give us a series full of that feeling, it will not be the same as what we experienced as children watching Power Rangers for the first time. This is exactly the same thing that happens with those of us who are fans of Mighty Morphin, since we grew up watching that series, but even though they gave us the special episode and it was fantastic, the reality is that we realize that this is not the solution for Power Rangers to survive in this modern world. It's great to have some special episodes that fill us with nostalgia, but this isn't sustainable in the long term because the franchise needs new fans to survive, and that was always Hasbro's idea. According to some information on the internet, the rumor is that the company's CEO in 2018, Brian Goldner, was the one who had the vision to buy Power Rangers to transform the franchise into something different. His vision was that Power Rangers could become a more serious series, with better drama, more mature stories, and better visual quality. Over the past several years, the superhero genre has changed a lot, as people used to view this type of content as something for children or weirdos. Unfortunately, the movies that were released in the past were terrible and made superheroes seem ridiculous and meaningless. Those movies did not delve into the drama, stories, and lore of the comics, they only sought to make money without fully understanding the concept. Although Marvel began with the first Hulk movies, the reality is that the film that started the definitive change was Iron Man. From that moment on, all superhero movies began to be taken seriously, with deep stories, drama, high-quality special effects, and using comics as references. Between 2016 and 2018, films such as Captain America: Civil War, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Avengers: Infinity War were released. At that point in history, incredible films were already being released that became pop culture icons, so superheroes were at their peak. We have said many times that Power Rangers has the potential to be on the same level as all those movies, as this franchise includes time travel, superpowers, multiverses, space villains, interdimensional beings, gods, demigods, and, of course, superheroes. This is possibly what Hasbro CEO Brian Goldner saw at the time and realized that he could turn Power Rangers into a new franchise that could compete on the same level as Marvel, something that I think is still possible. Unfortunately, Brian Goldner passed away in 2021, which is why many think that the franchise reboot was delayed. The reality is that the Power Rangers reboot began in 2019, and although there have been many delays, Brian Goldner's death did not change Hasbro's course. If we analyze this carefully, we will realize that the reboot continued to move forward and that the slowness of the process existed from the beginning due to various factors. Despite the slowness, everything has continued to move forward, as Hasbro stopped everything in 2023 and now, in 2026, filming is beginning. Creating a reboot of a franchise that lasted 30 years and relied on many Japanese scenes is not an easy task. Many people love Power Rangers, and Hasbro has to strike a balance between pleasing fans and finding ways to attract new audiences. The reason Power Rangers is no longer a good business is because it does not have enough fans to sustain the franchise, which is why they must seek new audiences. We must remember that every franchise is a business that must generate profits, and Power Rangers was no longer generating enough profits to sustain itself. If Hasbro is no longer going to buy Japanese scenes, then this represents a greater monetary investment since they have to create absolutely everything, so in order to recoup all that money, they must generate more revenue. To achieve this, the answer is simple: they must seek a larger audience, which is why they cannot continue creating the same thing. Power Rangers was always a children's series, and when it was created, children still watched television. Little by little, this has been changing, and now children prefer to watch other things or play video games. This is why many Power Rangers fans are adults who grew up watching the series and still enjoy watching it, but the franchise needs new adults who are interested in consuming it. The most obvious audience they will want to target is all superhero fans and all those who may not be such big fans of superheroes but who enjoy watching some movies in this category. If we think about it, many Marvel movies have been the highest grossing films in history, which means that there are many people who are willing to watch a superhero movie if they find it interesting. Convincing this type of person to watch the new Power Rangers project is very complicated, which is probably why Hasbro is taking so long. Unfortunately, many fans do not understand this, and although I think Hasbro has made some mistakes, I really think the wait may be worth it. I am not saying that the reboot will be spectacular, as it could also end up being a disaster, but what I am saying is that we must be patient and give Hasbro the opportunity to create something spectacular. All this hatred also arose because Japan stopped Sentai due to the low profits they have had since Hasbro bought the Power Rangers franchise and are now starting to create a new project. When fans see that Japan stopped Sentai and shortly after announced the new project and also showed some images, it makes fans angry with Hasbro. This is one of the mistakes I think Hasbro has made, which is that they have failed to connect fans with the new content that will begin filming in January 2026. The company should keep fans connected to the reboot by providing them with information, leaks, and introducing the new actors. Unfortunately, Hasbro has done nothing, and the only ones who have kept the idea of the reboot alive are us, the content creators. As we are creating this video, it is December 2nd, 2025, and we still have no new news about the filming of the reboot, so we will continue to wait for new details.